My name is Randy Thomas, and I'm the winner of the Ram Work Hard, Play Hard contest. Everybody knows pickups are king in Texas, and I use my pickup truck to the max. If it wasn't for my Ram pickup truck, there's no way I'd be able to load up my entire family and all our gear and make it to the deer lease. The most important thing about my Ram truck is it gets me to and from work without a problem. It works just as hard as I do. Morning, Slayton. How you doing?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Welcome to Energy Transfer.
Nice to be here.
Thank you, thank you. Well, this is where I work, so why don't we head in and let's get signed in and meet the boss.
That's great.
Sound good?
Let's do it.
Rusty Beckman, he is our terminal manager here.
Nice to meet you, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm Rusty Beckman. Welcome to have y'all today.
Thank you. You have a very interesting facility here. You do some interesting work.
These facilities here at Mont Belvieu were formed back in the early 50s. The storage caverns, these caverns here. We have numerous caverns on the facility and store large quantities of product for our customers, LPGs and conventionals. Now Randy is our outside operator. His duties throughout the day will be to monitor all operating equipment, looking at the pressures, temperatures on the system so that out in the field compares to our control scheme. Has done a good job over 5 years. I can remember when he first came, he was kind of a little chunky.
I had gastric bypass, and with that, I was able to overcome extreme obesity. I weighed approximately 270 pounds, and now I'm down to 145. I'm much more capable of performing my job duties here in a much more timely and professional manner.
Well, you ready to take us on around?
Sure. Let me show you how I work my day. All right, Slayton, one of the first things that I like to do in the mornings when I get here is get my brine readings from the ponds. We always got to do preventative maintenance, and washing our pumps off is part of that process, so we're going to wash our pumps too. We use high-pressure injection pumps to inject that brine into the cavern to help push that product out. That's what these are right here. These are our high-pressure brine pumps. You'll listen for abnormal noises in the motors or the pumps, and you always check for lubrication. All right, Slayton, as we're walking through, you want to look for if you have like a flange leak or something like that. With LPGs, it'll create ice. Obviously, you also want to look at the integrity of your piping. When you do a job like this, you really have to try to utilize as much of your senses as possible.
Kind of like deer hunting, huh?
More or less, more or less.
Use all your senses.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to use your senses. You know, I'm very fortunate that I do get to work outside, and working days and nights, mornings, evenings. You see a lot of wildlife.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. That would be a nice benefit of what you do. Get a little aerobic exercise in here.
When I first had my surgery and I was starting to drop the weight, they didn't want me to do a whole lot of strenuous exercise.
Yeah.
But climbing stairs was one of the things that he recommended. Well, got down our tank levels here. You're outside, you're in the element. Whether it's raining its butt off, or the sun's beating down on you, or it's freezing cold. All these activities function on a day-to-day basis. All right, let's head down to the next pond.
I see you're doing some flare-offs. What kind of gases are you flaring off?
Well, typically what that is with all the LPGs that we operate in and out of the well, that brine water, when it comes down here, just like that on-site pit, we have to separate any gaseous vapors that might be entrapped in that brine water. Well, Slayton, that pretty much wraps things up down here. Let's head back to the terminal and finish making our rounds over there and check the rest of the facility out. That's something that we like to do every 2 hours as part of our job requirement. But in the middle of doing all that, there's a lot of other activities that are going on kind of behind the scenes.
You work really hard, and we know that, but the next time you and I meet, we're going to be having some fun.
Slayton, that sounds wonderful.
That's great.
Look forward to it.
See you.